Hey guys, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 things you should not bring to college. Just unnecessary things that you probably won't use, or it's just not worth it to bring. I know some people are going to disagree with certain things, but everyone has different opinions on this, and this is just from my experience and what I truly believe is not worth it bringing to college. If you aren't already, please take a second to hit the subscribe button so that you can keep up with all my college videos throughout the summer as well as through my sophomore year of college. The first thing I don't recommend you bring to college is a vacuum. And this one is kind of already controversial, and that's because some people say you need a vacuum and it's an essential, and I say it's not really worth it. My roommate did bring a vacuum and we did use it a couple times, but it wasn't extremely necessary. For people that are living in really cramped dorms, it may be hard to find a spot to keep it, even if it's one of those smaller ones. The second thing is a TV. I never watch TV in the first place. I'm a Netflix person and I just watch it on my laptop or my iPad. So if you have Netflix, I definitely just recommend watching it on your laptop. You don't need a TV. It's way too much work to set it up and then take it home when honestly there won't be time to watch it that much. If you really want to watch TV, you can just go down to a TV lounge in your dorm. Usually they will have a TV somewhere. If you're worried that you're going to miss a TV show that only comes on TV and not Netflix, you can sign in to internet/TV provider's website with your parents' information, and you can get those TV shows online for free. Usually it works. I know some websites are weird where they don't let you unless you're on home Wi-Fi, but Xfinity for me worked fine. I watched the Kardashians when I needed to. The third thing they have to be careful about is excess clothing. Try to just bring the specific season you're in and then worry about the other seasons later. I know this is harder for people who live really far away from campus. I'm only 30 minutes away from campus, so I can switch out seasons easily. But either way, even if you have to bring all your seasons, try to condense it as much as possible. Don't bring things that you say you're going to wear but you haven't worn ever, because every time you're like, oh, I'm going to wear that, it's going to be a cute outfit, it just never happens and it just stays in your drawers and it's kind of just a waste of space. The fourth thing is a bedside caddy, and this depends. I personally like the idea of a bedside caddy. I bought one, but I didn't end up using it because in my dorm, my desk ended up being right near my bed, so I kind of just put whatever I needed in the middle of the night on my desk. So the bedside caddy was completely useless. I do, however, recommend it if you're going to loft your bed up to a bunk bed height, because then obviously nothing's in your reach in the middle of the night. You would definitely need a bedside caddy, I think. But if you can only loft your bed to a certain amount, my dorms can't loft that high. They can only loft to about my chest area. So I didn't need a bedside caddy. So it all depends on how high your bed can be lofted. The fifth thing is a printer. This also depends. My school provided free printing to people who live on campus. There was a printing kiosk, and there was a website where you would upload all your documents and then you can just go to the kiosk in the lobby and print out all your documents. It was completely free. I mean, technically it's in our student fees, but it was free and that was a great resource to have. So I know some people who brought printers and it was kind of just a waste. Definitely find out if your school offers free printing, whether it's in the library, in your dorm. You don't want to waste money on a printer, ink, and paper if you can get it for free. The sixth thing is a step stool. This is also controversial because if you're short, you may actually need this. But for me, I'm 5'5", and my bed was lofted pretty much to the highest it could go, and I didn't need a step stool. If your bed is lofted at the bunk bed height, you definitely don't need a stool because that's not going to help you. You have a ladder. So I think it depends on your height at this point, whether you want a step stool or not. But I got on my bed perfectly fine. I kind of just needed to not jump, but kind of lift myself up a little, but it was totally easy. The seventh thing is too much wall decor. Just be aware of how much wall space you're going to have, which is most likely not a lot. And in my case, my bed was right near the windows, which took up pretty much the whole wall. So I just had room for a picture holder near the windows, and then on the other side of my bed, I had my monogram, and in front of my desk wall, I had my banner. So I just had 3 things on my walls. Be cautious of how much you're buying. Number 8 is an iron and ironing board. A lot of people add this into their essentials video, but honestly, I think that's so much work. I wouldn't feel like setting up my ironing board and plugging in my iron, and it's kind of bulky in a way, so you have to store that. I don't think it's necessary at all. If anything, you might want to get a mini steamer. That's what I am actually going to be using next year, because I do admit there is times where my clothes are wrinkly and I can't wear them because I don't have an iron. But I don't want a full-on iron. I'd rather just have a mini steamer. I think that's more convenient, so I will be using that next year. The ninth thing I don't recommend bringing is books or like leisure activities. This sounds horrible, and I love reading. I really do. Like, I love reading, but honestly there's no time for like reading for enjoyment because you have to read your textbooks, or if you're an English major like me, you have to just read everything all the time. Most likely you're not going to have time to read for pleasure, which is really sad, but it's the truth, and you don't want your books just collecting dust, so I would just leave them home. I guess it does depend because I went home on the weekends, so maybe if you're on campus all the time because you're too far from home, you could bring one book and maybe on the weekends you could pick it up, but even then you might have homework. So honestly, I just recommend leaving your books at home. The 10th and final thing I don't recommend bringing is too many keepsakes, and obviously, you can bring pictures from home to make you feel more at home when you're feeling homesick or whatever, but as for full-on keepsakes like your graduation cap and a bunch of frames with pictures and gifts from friends, I personally just recommend leaving them at home and only taking developed pictures that you can hang up or clip up that don't take up too much space. You really don't need your grad cap, just don't take it. I tried to keep keepsakes at a minimum because they will just collect dust and you don't have much room in the first place. So that is it for my 10 things I do not recommend you bring to college. I hope this was helpful in some way. I will link down below my other college videos and my playlist. I am making a 20 essentials video for college, so if you want to know my top 20 essentials, definitely go check that out. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Bye!